Hey guys, it's Ping with Vital MX, and we're here at Fox Raceway today, getting a ride on a really cool test bike from our friends up at Carson City Motorsports. So this is a 2021 KTM Factory Edition, and they've taken that and sort of moved from there, used that as their platform to build a race bike with a couple significant changes. One, they went to Motorbits Power Sports, and those guys did basically a map button relocation. So instead of having it in the crossbar pad and kind of limiting you to using their pad, they relocated it inside the airbox, and it's clean. You don't notice it when you're riding at all. It's just a super sanitary way to relocate that and get out of the way of the bars, so that if you want to run a different pad, a different pair of bars, you've got that option. So it's super cool. They also ported and polished the head and balanced the crankshaft. The next big thing on this that they did was mount on a set of the new Ohlins suspension, and it's the RXT 48 fork, the latest generation of that, along with the TTX Flow shock. And I've only ridden with Ohlins stuff a couple of times. We've made efforts to get it in the past. They're just kind of tough to get the stuff, but it's awesome. The last set I rode was maybe some of the best suspension I've ever ridden on a Yamaha, and that's saying a lot because they come with really good suspension. We were excited to have this on here and give it a whirl. It's a full Akrapovic exhaust, so when you get a factory edition model, it just comes with their slip-on muffler. What they went ahead and did was buy a whole titanium system so that it was the complete system. Then there's a lot of other little bling parts on there. So P3 carbon fiber frame guards, which are super cool. Works connection caps for the brakes and things like that. They also got pro pegs that are titanium, also available through Works Connection. A full MetTech titanium kit, and it's crazy how cool Ty looks. You know, it just has a really sharp, shiny look. If you know what you're looking at, it's very, very trick. Pro Taper bars, Cerakote Concepts. Cerakoted the outside of the cases, the engine hangers, the brake calipers, all those little parts all got a Cerakote finish, so pretty sweet. Nihilo Concepts made the carbon fiber guards for the front brakes and the clutch, which you'll see on there. Those are super clean looking. And it's got Dunlop tires. Everything else you see on this, including the Dunlop tires, I suppose, comes with the factory edition model. So the wheels, the triple clamps, all that stuff, that comes as part of the factory edition setup. So how did this thing work on the track? First of all, I gotta say, the suspension was set a little bit stiff for me. They set it up for a 200-pound rider, and I'm about 30 pounds shy of that. So it was a little firm. I opened up compression front and rear quite a bit, and it got it to work fine. But on the big kickers and stuff, I wasn't getting the movement all the way through the stroke that I need. So really, to get a good, accurate test on the suspension, I'm gonna need to get something that's valve for me, for my weight or sprung. But I can tell you that it has a very planted, very solid feel. The track today, it's kind of pro prep. It's super deep and rutted and rough. And in the really deep stuff, it's got great hold up and worked really well in rollers and any big hits. Just solid as a rock, you know, like never felt like I was blowing through, never felt like it wanted to get loose on me. Just very planted and very confidence inspiring. Just for me, a little too much feedback on the bigger bumps where it needed to kind of move into the stroke a little more. So I'm excited to get some more of this down the road somewhere and get some more time on it and test it. But it was fun to ride on it today. As far as the power goes, this bike was incredibly quiet. It was one thing I noticed. I kept asking guys, does it seem really quiet to you? And there is an insert in the back you can pull out that does add a little bit of tone, but I didn't need any more power. You know, I'm in map 1 as this thing was, and it was like all the power I could handle. I mean, coming out of turns, your typical 450 up over the front trying to keep it from wheeling. I mean, it goes. It's just very quiet. You just have to get used to it a little bit, I guess, because you kept feeling like, man, why is this so quiet? Why can't I hear it? But after a few laps, I got used to it. It was just a really interesting feeling to have it be so quiet. Great action with the brakes, the clutch, all that stuff. Seat, it comes with a Sea de Laval gripper seat, which is awesome. However you pronounce that name, it's Italian, I messed it up, but it has a really good grip to it. They do a specific type of rib that kind of keeps you from going back and does a great job. Obviously the carbon fiber stuff, you don't notice any of that performance, but it sure looks trick. Same with the titanium. But good, comfortable bike all the way around. And when I ride these KTMs, I'm just reminded of what a great race bike they are right off the showroom floor, and that's kind of what that factory edition bike's all about. I did notice too, I would say maybe vibration is down in this, and if they balanced and polished that crank, that could be some of that reason. It's a very smooth running, and some of the sound, when I say it's very quiet, that could be some of it also. It just has a very smooth feel to it. Hardly any vibration at all. And it's fun to ride a bike like that. You get a little bit less arm pump. You just feel like you can relax a little bit more on it. I don't know, it's an interesting feeling. So those guys did an awesome job. Like I said, some of the attention to detail, like relocating that mapping button is super trick. If you live up in the Nevada area, this is the #1 KTM dealer in northern Nevada, Carson City Motorsports. They sell KTM, Husqvarna, Gas, and Arctic Cat. So if you're looking for any of those, check those guys out. They do awesome stuff up there, and we appreciate them giving us a ride on this bike. At the end of the day, it was a blast. It was exactly what they tried to do, is just take a bike that's already meant to come ready to race and just really fine-tuned it for a specific racer. So I think anybody that's in the 200-pound range, whether you're a novice or a pro, you could jump on this bike and absolutely love it. Like I said, my only complaint's I'm a little too soft for the suspension, or a little too light. Anyway, big thanks to Carson City Motorsports for all of their help bringing this bike down. It was a ton of fun, and I had a blast today. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on our next project.